What's up? Hello, my dear Fuzz Kipan. Welcome to my channel, From Scrap to Farmer with Alex. So join me as I work around putting a fence and also finish off my chicken coop. Yes, join me in the fence so that my chickens will stop pestering our next door neighbors. Everyone is planting maize, and the last thing you want is for your chickens to be digging up that maize seed and eating them up. Wanike hapana chabuda mu garden munda menunu. So yeah, please join me and have fun in the process. Saka apa ka ndine piki yangu, ndine mugwara nekakapu kangu kesimbi waiziya kutomema kuti alright, saka gomba rangu ndotanga. I had to dig about 7 holes, and this was my first hole. And I'm just trying to wona kuti ndimboona kuti how far ngembona kuti ngafambisa kanjani, because there is a lot of work. And let me push, guys. Let's push. Icho chakanopedza gomba rekutanga nakaona aiwa mudara vanochera ava aiwa asali kepa hande pane vech2 waiziya takabaya basa mangwanani, basa rakanarova nai. So I'm now doing the second hole there. I had marked them already. So first go in with the pick just so that I can shape it up. Takanarova chiround sanidzungura ndakazonzwa after, but mudara anoshanda mbona kana speed kacho naro basa baba. So I'm now going in with the cup, as you can see, because I'm wearing a glove, so I can't really scoop the sand out. Nemgwara, it loosens up the soil. Then I follow up with the metal cup to get the soil out. So I keep repeating the process until the hole is deep enough. Wide enough for the poles that I'm going to be putting in there. You don't have to make it too shallow, because then it can't hold the poles. So naro basa takaenda. Ona kapaipe ndakanovarairwa mbudzi yangu had just given birth to twins. It was a first for me. I just had to take a moment to appreciate just appreciate the wonders that are happening around my home. So those little 2 kids, god babies are called kids, right? Moyo wangu wakabva kuchena kuti uchimbotora befu uchizorora waiziya uchimboona kuti aiwa mudara godi akundiitira zvikukutu big ones waiziya. Anyway, back to it. Basa takanorova waiziya paipai timire basa todzokera pabasa as usual.
Teva muti rugumusha zangu demona baba.
Yeah. Huh? You see? This is how we do it. Yeah.
Nice.
Come on. Next one.
Ah, the Alex I don't need.
Ayo,
Tara kuno.
so now we're back home. Now we're cutting up the poles to the sizes that we want. So we're cutting off all those other edges, and nothing goes to waste. Those little pieces that are coming off tichamashandisa mumoto vanachitaura tinoshandisa mugazebo yauya saka ndo zvinoshandisa kubatsira moto kubvira. But anyway, so here I was teaching my little boy how to measure. So we're cutting up the poles at least 2 meters each. So each pole to be about 2 meters, so that when I then put it into the ground, whatever then is eaten up by the hole is not that much, and my fence that I had bought, which is about 1.5, will be able to be held by the poles without a problem. So I measure, that is I measure there with my saw. I saw them, I first mark the space, and then I start cutting off piece by piece, so that, you know, and you can see my little boy proactive, rolling back the tape measure without a problem. Back to the job. Yeah, and I know a lot of people will be seeing a lot of things wrong with this video. I forgot to wear my gloves. I forgot to wear my safety gloves. But anyway, I had to go on and check away here. So I had to cut about 7 of those poles. So I was just cutting off the poles that I got into my sister's place there, because I got a lot of place to clear out before she starts building and all. So yeah, you know, we never waste, we reuse. So this is day 3, basa. The job just had to be done, and this is the 3rd day. Now we're putting the lines for the fence. Trukaka wire and Jika spring wire. That's the first one that we put. So we started the bottom one. That's the one that I started with. We put it there, and then we put the wire stretcher. I don't know what they call it. And then we use it to stretch the wire. And then we have to do about that 3 times: bottom, middle, and then the top. One of my dogs just had to come in for a pet. Uyanunzi Kuno. Kuna is the first dog I've had Pamusho. So yeah, I love the dog. She loves me back, eh? Hey, so now we were done stretching the wires. We stretched the top one right over there. As you can see, that's the top one, the first one. And then we've got the second wire there that's stretched. Those are the wires that hold the fence. The bottom one there I couldn't bend. So now we're stretching the fence onto those wires now. So now this is day number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It took quite the time to get this done. Now tauda kushanda pa imba iyo ichange ichigara huku. I'm not yet sure, but I just need to fix that. So initially I had it done in a particular way, you know, sort of open into each other. Then I kind of changed my mind later on. So now I wanted to move the door from the side that you can see me getting into the space and out to the front there. And here I am, and I put such a bagla bar that I used for textual project that I wanted long back, but I had to close it down, poor management, blah blah blah. You know how it is. We try and we try again. So that's the one that I'm going to reuse for this space here, right here. And I start off by cutting the mesh wire right over there. All of these things. It's quite a good and handy tool. So I cut away, I'm almost done. And just to show you, this is the tool I'm talking about. I love it. You know, cut my mesh is not a problem. So I'm just taking out the little pins that are holding the mesh there. My second bond. Instead of helping out. But anyway, we keep working. So now I'm taking out the tools. I'm using my saw to cut away that little piece so I can take out the plank that was holding the mesh, to allow me then to dismantle the plank without actually, you know, messing up the rest of the structure. takanopinda neamount tonototangira papo. So ndocheka kubva apo kusvika apa. I want to cut that so that the burglar bar can the burglar door, how do you call it in short? A burglar bar. It can come in that space. So I measured. Now I'm drawing lines, straight lines all the way down, so that I've got a parallel line that's got the same measurement at the top and the same one at the bottom, so that I don't miss cut and everything. What is it? So I now chance I charcoal to then do that. I'm gonna pick a mask because I was about to do a lot of work that had too much dust. So I'm gonna try to do my kids. Chance I'm solar system. I'll show you some other time the system I'm using to power my power tool right here. So I'm just using a standard grinder, baby grinder, to then cut the walls, because I wanted to maintain the structure integrity, but then just have a door in that space. So I didn't know that a cordless grinder, because it allowed me more space to work with the wall, unlike the other grinder there. Although it had a problem with the batteries would run out quite often, we keep pushing ways here. So I was also cutting from inside, and I keep pushing. So if you not have glasses on, they're not the mandated one, but yeah, they do protect my eyes from flying objects. Since I was using a grinder, I'm wearing a proper work suit. If anything happens, my clothes are safe, I don't tear anything, and also these are quite resistant to a lot of elements, so they're good. So anyway, I also have my buffer mask to help me with the dust and everything. There are better masks to use, of course, but yeah, I'm just quite conscious about my health and my well-being. So Naruba. So here I was with a wall, one brick wall to actually cut through, and my discs were somewhat small since I was using a baby grinder and all that, and I just had to use a hacksaw. Yeah, it's an old hacksaw that I wasn't using much, and yeah, I didn't really care for it, but now I had a new one. So I found it quite useful to use it, and it became, quite the tool for me. When I don't have the specific tools, I use what I have, and it always gets the job done for me. I get to where I want to get to. As you can see, the wall is coming apart, brick by brick, piece by piece. And naruba. Shine 7. So the demolition is done. I call a friend of mine. I'm like, "Wagu, I don't know what is not being the bagla. Echo, fe, chakano pinda exactly." And I find with the engineer. But anyway, I made us know it alive for easier. I can't shine the marketing, but still more easier. Bolato. The job continues. So I'm now preparing the other side that had the opening for the door. They don't put a bagler there, so now I'm just preparing so that I can cover it up. So I water it up because takadzidziswa building kuti unozongoisa mvura uchidhina chivake vaisiya, but if I'm break harizoti too much. So there we were doing our building, our work. Unongoziva building yevanhu vasati ambonyatsozviita zviri practical. Unozongovaka kuti pavharike chete waisiya, and then arobasa. Mana Basama 1. This is day 5, and as you can see, this is what I managed to come up with. Taranoita woodworking doing some guys here. Fence atomira pai. So this is what I came up with. Day 5, and now I have a good fence around my coop. So like I said, I work with what I have, and pretty much I was picking all the scrap that I had lying around, and it's holding the pole up quite good. What is it? Space up, I can't two and more wires and the first wires that I put down. Then I've got my corner post again. Yeah, I pretty much use every scrap that I have to make sure that I hold up and we don't waste anything. It gets the job done. There isn't much weight on the fence, so those poles will be able to hold it up. But in all time. So that's the space we built. It's done, covered up. Not really pretty, but it will hold. So that's the door, the bagla bara. So it's a very nice fit that I did there. It's been built up on the other side for the door there. There's a lot of bricks in here. need to be cleared out until the new occupants come in. Pane basi izvo ndakasota ndege izvo mungoona rufiyo. Mheno zvandaifunga but zvakabuda nomuri kuona zvekutoti pakatonaya hamunaye but takanobuda panze pai. Aiwa nekastupu mbijana kekunyepedzera. Still a working site as you can see kuti pasati panatsoinaka bo. Apa takanovaka paside pedhoo apapo. Saka dhoo rani mabricks kuright nekuleft. Takaenda ratwa feet. I'll tell you a story about this thing one day. This was my first chicken coop. Ngoma ndakatanga kuchengetera huku. Dziri 4 baba. But anyway, ndakatozonora chakwana muzika pasatozoona mema nepavhura nepasiye pakadaro iziya. So, ndazoni kutorera video ndanatsoti chipedze kwanga kunaya saka I didn't have time kutorera video ndichimbobata gedhi zvandakaita zvimwe zviya. I think I'll try and share a piece of this video with you. Ndichangoikanda wise yamungoiona iri fast forward, but anyway, lockable gate wise ya takaenda and then what unlock up chipoti chipiece chepaprima chandakakata chinoloka apa nema-nails andakaisa, and then gate rere ndanchiti bagla iwe rinotovharika wise ndakazongoisa PVC and ndokuita real purpose for that, and that's the curtain that closes kuti mvura isapinde. Still a lot of things laying around, but chikutoshanda wese. Saka that's that. Chikora after a long day's work. Coolness. Peace out. Wow, zvinonzi subscribe, like, panyai mabutton pape musamisa ma episodes wise. Out.